Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. It is 7:08 a.m. on Monday, the 2nd of April. Wow. Survived April Fool's Day. Thank God. I'm not the only one that doesn't like April Fool's Day, thank goodness. Curmudgeons unite. I don't mind fun. In fact, if you watch my channel, you know I do enjoy fun. It's just April Fool's Day isn't fun for me. Good old Denture adhesive. I went and just glued my plate in, and now the stuff is oozing out from under the things, and I keep getting blobs of it pressing up against my tongue, so I'm smushing it around. Yay. It's nasty stuff. I mean, it's this, and it's, I can't even remember what's in it. They aren't going to show, but it's like a whole bunch of stuff like mineral oil and corn syrup, not corn syrup, but cornstarch and stuff, so that it literally glues your plate into your mouth against your mouth parts. So otherwise, this thing in my lower plate just would not stay in. I haven't called my denturist yet. It's been a weekend. I'm going to call him today because it hurts to eat. I mean, it always hurts to eat. I have ridiculously delicate skin, and so it hurts to chew anything. Even a peanut butter and jelly sandwich hurts because I'm pressing my gums against hard plastic, even with a soft liner. Thumbs up for that. Now, though, I have in my bin cage down here somewhere. Where are you, little guy? I'm going to tear your bin apart. There you are. Hi. I have a Charvy. I tore his nest apart. Well, I just opened up the top of it and then pulled him out like he was like a hamster in a nest. But this is Charvy. I don't know really that fur in the middle of between his eyes is ever going to grow fully back. I mean, it's grown back some, as you can see. It's not just pink skin down there. So it is growing back. It's just a very, very soft, tiny layer. So he's just got this big pit in his fur between his eyes. Hi, little guy. You're a sweetie. Good little Charlie. He's trembling because, you know, I'm whipping him around through the air. And he's scared because he's a hamster. He's a prey animal. He knows it. They know that they're not supposed to be touched. So even though I like touching him, as I like touching all my little hamsters, they know it's wrong because they're being touched and they're prey, but he's a cutie, and I'm going to put him back in his nest so he can go back to sleep here. He's young. He's probably, I'd say he's young because I can't even feel his spine. It's not even a line under his muscle on his back. In his hips, you can't even feel his bones. Unlike, of course, like little nine toes, whose spine is just this hard little bumpy line all the way down his back. And then his hips are just bone. He's really coming to the end of his time. But Charvy here, he's a youngin'. I don't know how old he is. It doesn't matter. I mean, really. He's semi-young, and they don't last much longer than 2 years. Depends, of course, just like with people. I mean, my brother-in-law got one of my hamsters way, way, way back when. Like, gosh, must have been 7 years ago now or more. But he gotten one of my baby hamsters. And it had gotten loose, and one of the cats tore it up. Just ripped its fur all apart. But it survived. And not only that, he lived like 4 years. And my brother-in-law fed him beer along with regular food, but he didn't pick him up. He just kept him in his cage, fed him beer, let him run, get him food. So he's a good little hamster. But he was like when I had this one little guy, Bobo Jr., where 95% of his fur fell off at one point because of stress. That happened to my brother-in-law's little guy. Just all of his fur fell off, but it was because of advancing age. It never grew back. He just was a sad, old little hamster. Which, old age, I mean, I can't complain. I'm 55. I've got to go talk to the VA about a whole bunch of stuff because I'm 55 and I want to make 74. But I was scratching underneath my arm, of course, and I've got a semi-misshapen mole underneath here. And I was scratching under here and I realized that mole has become a little bit more misshapen. And it has this little, like a pimple growing in the middle of it. And it itches. So I better go call the VA and get that taken care of. I mean, I've had things happen with moles before where I had a mole right here. And then I was getting like little warts that were popping up for a period of time. And one of them popped up right in the middle of the mole. So I had to clip the mole off to get rid of the wart. That was fun. I bled everywhere. I don't go see the doctor a lot for stuff like that. I do lots of little home surgery things where I just clip off parts. And so I did that. It grew back okay. I mean, the skin, it's just a little nodule of scar tissue there where it used to be a little round mole. Yay. But I got to get that taken care of. I've got this pain in my abdomen that I want to get taken care of. I want to make sure it's just a pulled muscle or a pinched nerve and not like liver cancer. You know, that sort of thing. And especially at my age, I need to go and I do regular checks for like testicular cancer. So I got some issues down there that aren't real issues. There's nothing wrong. There's just a little bit of an ache, and I've had problems before. I've had to go see the VA about testicular issues, and it's always just been stress or tearing or little things like that. Because for a while, you know, I started urinating bits of like frank red blood in my urine, and that terrified me. But I found out it was just little micro tears in my system caused by stress living. So it wasn't a problem. I just want to make sure that there's a continued no problem. I've lost my wife. I've lost my mother. I'm afraid pretty soon I'm going to lose my father because he's 88 some odd. He's had a stroke and more. And for 10 years and some, my mother has driven him around and done so much for him. One night, like 2 nights ago, after the death of his wife, my mother, he was left to stay in the big empty house, surrounded by all of her stuff, all by himself. I wouldn't have done that to him. I've been there. It is horrific being surrounded by the stuff of someone who's just died. It is just painful. So I'm very sorry he's had to spend time. My sister, who usually lives in Utah, she's married, has a whole bunch of kids. She's a Mormon as well. She had lived for a while like over in Vermont, and then they moved back to Utah. So they live in Utah, but they came from Utah over here, and my sister has been helping my father's stepfather's daughters take care of him and clean up the house and donate stuff of my mother's and all. I am, on the one hand, sorry that I'm trapped down here, because I wish I could go see my family. I mean, I haven't seen them for a long, long time, at least 5 years or more. And I had been planning on going up to visit my parents this summer. No more of that. And of course, the thing that a bit of regret is, you know, my wife had been doing a cross stitch of a dragon for my nephew, but she couldn't continue it because she had carpal tunnel and another issue where the muscle of her thumbs just wasted. She could not do cross stitching. My mother has said for years, like in the 4 years since she died, she says, send me that and I will finish it for Bear. That's his name. That's his nickname. His name's not Bear, but that's his nickname. Well, I never did. And now it doesn't matter, does it? I mean, she wouldn't have been able to do it this past year anyway. My sister says her body just gave out. It's like, no, bodies don't just give out. There's reasons. She had lung cancer, and she had surgery to remove the lung cancer. Her body healed from the surgery, but she kept losing weight and then died of something going wrong. I suspect it was because there was something that the doctors did not find. You do not just lose weight for no reason. You do not just feel sick for no reason. You do not just die because you've been feeling sick because you've lost weight 4 or 6 months after you've had a surgery for cancer. These are all signs that something is still going on. So she died of something that was probably completely stoppable. But does it matter? And my sister, my father is having my mother cremated, and then her ashes scattered. He decided today he wanted to go say goodbye one last time. So I'm glad I'm not my sister, because she is going to the funeral home to do our mother's hair. And to get her ready so that he can go and say goodbye. So I'm worried about my father, of course, men of his generation, even men of my generation, even men younger than me, like in their 40s, even in their 30s, usually do not survive the death of a spouse. So I don't know what's going to happen. We don't know if he's going to be staying in his house. We don't know if he's going to... We don't know right now. So thumbs up. One thing I did want to mention, just because as an aside, so hopefully I won't cry about it, this is also tied in with like Boogie. Boogie has lost a whole bunch of weight, like almost 200 pounds. He's able to walk and stuff. And I only mention this not because I really like Boogie. In fact, there's various portions of his personality I really don't like. I can't watch his gaming stuff at all. And that sort of thing. There's aspects of his personality I don't like. There's aspects of his personality I do. I just think that it's awesome that he's taken charge of his own life and he's getting his health back and he's getting his life back. Now, why was I mentioning that? Oh, yes, because he is cold all the time. Because when you gain weight, your brainstem puts your highest weight as your baseline for your body. So if you lose weight, I weigh half what I used to. My weight ballooned up to 325 after the death of my wife. I now weigh like 195. So I've gained 30 pounds, but I'm still 140 pounds under what I used to be. I am freezing all the time because my brainstem tells me you need to gain weight. You don't have enough padding. You are freezing. Gain weight. So now I'm wearing 2 shirts all the time and I wear a coat all the time. The problem with that is I hate making concessions to comfort in any way, shape, or form. Being comfortable means you relax, and relaxing in my life especially has always led to danger. I relaxed here because I thought things were finally going good. My mother died. Now I don't have money to even pay the rent. Beforehand, when I worked in a nursing home from a place that fired me because the person did not like me, the person in charge of hiring and dealing with customers, employees, did not like me, fired me. Why was I bringing that up? I can't remember now. What am I talking about? The comfort. Yes, I had felt comfort, and I said I can finally relax. Boom! Disaster. Every time I get comfortable, there's disaster. So I don't... Oh, great. Oh, boy. Well, great. Now I've got this to deal with. My webcam decided to go into a series of still shot modes and then lockup mode. So joy. I so love this thing. Anyway, relaxing means danger. It's death. So, I mean, it's like when you're driving in a car. When they say, oh, it's so comfortable. Driving in a car and getting comfortable is dangerous because you get comfortable, you relax. You relax, you can fall asleep. You cannot pay attention. Driving a car, you shouldn't be comfortable. You are driving a 1-ton metal and plastic self-propelled death chariot. You need to be uncomfortable enough so that you can be paying attention at all times. Comfort can lead to disaster. I have no ideas if I'm going to be even close to 20 minutes now because of the lockup of the webcam. Thumbs up. Everything is going wrong. It's just the end of the world and I ought to just... Well, no, I'm just feeling depressed again. Gosh, I wonder why. Well, I was going to talk more about that one thing, but of course the lockup of the webcam and not knowing when, where, or what is going on means I'm going to open up, well, I already have opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my webcam. I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people. It's arranged because even though I counted ASL on the fingers of my hand with my fibromyalgia, depression, and brain damage from my alcoholism, I lose track of where I am. If I mispronounce your username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker. We're not good at names. And I'm not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them all. I'm going to thumbs up each one I read. Going to answer as many as I can. But for right now, I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good comment, bad comment, indifferent comment. The fact is you left me a comment. Thank you so very much. So, starting off with Busta Chimes. Thank you so very, very much. I have gotten thousands of comments and lately and lots and tons of views. I can't thank everybody. I wish I could. Thank you all so very much. And Reese, greatly appreciated. Guy, thumbs up and thank you. Pig Troiter, thank you very, very much. Abel Almanacid, I sure hope I'm close. Thank you very much. Dark Mike 85's Dark World, very dark. Martin Tello Cepeda, thank you very much. Sung In Ko, thank you, greatly appreciated. Tyler Van Wanrooy, I know I'm not close, but thank you very much. Elvis Rose, greatly appreciated. Chuck Does Hot Laps, thank you very, very much. Eddie Wolf, greatly appreciated. NRD 2000, thank you. Blueprint, greatly appreciated. Renzorco, thank you very, very much. Pacific Gaming, greatly appreciated. Jack Dave, thank you very, very much. Andres Zapeda, thank you. Gary Medina, greatly appreciated. Jeremy Jara, thank you very, very much. KZET, greatly appreciated and thank you. Rachel Hudson, thank you very, very much. Augustina Mena, thank you. Julian, greatly appreciated. And then last but not least, Horny Alien. Yes, I need distraction and humor at times like this to keep me from getting too dark and too depressed. Thank you very much for having the goofy username. It is appreciated. As stated, everybody, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people. Thank you very, very much. It is appreciated that anybody at all watches my journeys of exploration on my vlogging. I have to vlog. I have to talk. I am an extroverted introvert. I deal with things by talking. I don't have anyone to talk to in real life, especially now with the death of my mother. I used to call her and talk. So thank you for coming along. I get to talk. I get to process. My brain works. Thumbs up and thank you so very, very much. Oh boy. Also for comments, if someone is a real vile troll and they are irredeemable, I do use the trash can. I do use the report and you know, abuse, and I do use the block and ignore command. So if you're just a mild or regular troll, that's fine. I'll leave your comments up. That's not a problem. When you go especially out of your way to insult other people, I don't mind if you're vile to me. That's okay. When you're vile to other people in the comments, that's when you get trash canned and ignored. Because you can be vile to me, I don't care. You could, but when you're vile to the other people, bye-bye. Well, if you can check out my various links, I have Twitter, Facebook, GoFundMe, Patreon.com, Google+. If you could donate to my GoFundMe campaign, like many people have, thank you so much. I am really hurting this time, and you are helping me incredibly. Thank you all so much. or if you could become a patreon.com patron like these beautiful and awesome people. I have gotten many new patreon.com patrons. Thank you so much. I barely survived with the donations that I've been getting before. Now it's going to be even worse. So thank you very, very much. Now, if you cannot donate or you simply do not donate, I do take all good wishes. I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very, very much. If you can toss me a like, I do appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. And if you could subscribe to the channel, that would be cool, but I understand if you don't want to. But if you are down with it, hey, please make sure and hit the bell notifier. YouTube has verified that they don't tell people that videos are done unless you got the bell done. If you're just subscribed, the odds are they're not going to let you know. Well, you take care. Have a great day today. I have no ideas if I'm close or far from 20 minutes, so hopefully I'm close. But you take care. Have a great day. I will see you on the flip side. We all grieve and mourn at different rates.